Hello everyone. How are you? Welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute. I thought the best way to kind of ease myself back into YouTube was just to do an episode of One Take Hot Take. So that's what we're doing today. If we're new here, hello, my name is Hannah Bennyhood. I am a full-time artist. So it's been a while since I've last uploaded because everything got a bit hectic and a bit crazy. And I kind of had this vision in my mind for this YouTube channel for me to like share behind the scenes and like the reality of what it's like to be like a public artist. But then I kind of realized that whilst I was filming things and going through some tricky situations, I realized that it's a lot more complicated than just like filming and putting everything on the internet, which is kind of obvious when you think about it, but I just didn't really contemplate how difficult that might be. I'm sure you guys can understand things get complicated when it comes to like clients and collaborators and money and all this kind of stuff that suddenly isn't for public consumption. Do you know what I mean? One day if we're in a pub and we're having a pint, I can tell you about stuff behind the scenes. But what I've decided to do, instead of kind of sharing specifics, is to share lessons that I have learnt along the way through the experiences that I've gained as being an artist, and hopefully that would be just as valuable without airing my dirty laundry. You know what I mean? I thought today I would share with you this kind of metaphor that has just been like going round and round in my head. And I have been thinking about being a full-time artist is similar to riding a bike, right? And not in the, oh, you never forget how to do it kind of way, in a different kind of way. So come with me into my tortured metaphor and enjoy the ride. So here's how I'm thinking about it, right? I was thinking about before I became a full-time artist, I think like making art or, you know, building up my practice whilst having a job on the side or whilst freelancing on the side was like riding with stabilizers. And it meant that whenever you kind of like wobbled and you fell left or you fell right, you had these stabilizers of this other income to kind of hold you up. And I felt like that is kind of what I was doing for quite a few years, where I was just learning how this thing even works, right? And then I feel like what happened was slowly over time, as my confidence grew, I got to the point where I was earning enough money from my artwork and also freelancing on the side, and it was impossible without working 24/7 for me to do both. And that's what year one felt like of me being a full-time artist. It felt like, you know, when your parents are like teaching you how to ride a bike and they've let go and you're cycling but you don't realise. That's how it felt like. It felt like I was like, oh my God, I'm doing it. I can't believe I'm doing it, but I am. And I was just kind of like, you know, frantically cycling on year one and being like, I can't believe I'm paying my bills with art. I'm paying my bills with art. This is so amazing. And I was just kind of like cycling frantically, and it was so exciting. That was year one, right? Year two, it felt like it was trying to prove that year one wasn't a fluke. Like, I managed it one year. Can I manage it the second year? And so that's what it felt like. Suddenly I was just trying to do like laps on my new bike, just, you know, a bit unsteady, but just being like proving that I can actually do this on my own. And year three, which is this year that I'm a full-time artist, it feels like, okay, so you think you can ride a bike, can you? Well, why don't you try cycling up that hill? That's what year three has felt like to me. It's like, I know I can ride a bike, and like now it's like, how far or how hard can you actually ride this bike? And for me, this year has just been like an uphill like battle, to be honest. And I'm exhausted. I'm really tired, and I feel like I want to get off, but not get off forever, but just get off and have a break. And I think that's okay, because this is difficult to do. It's difficult for a myriad of reasons, but obviously it's tricky because it's hard to make money as an artist, find the work that you believe in. We are also going through a cost of living crisis at the moment, and I live in one of the most expensive cities in the entire world, which also adds a layer of difficulty to everything. I've kind of felt like I've been going uphill and the wind is against me, you know. And that's kind of how it's felt a bit this year. And if you follow me on Instagram, you might be like, what are you talking about? Everything looks great. Yeah, well, you know, Instagram is marketing, and I have done lots of great things and I'm proud of all the work that I have created, but my legs are burning from cycling. The other thing about riding a bike, we're going to keep with the metaphor, we really are going to drag it out, is that it's such a solo activity, and that's what it feels like as an artist. You know, you're just doing this so much on your own, and it can feel really lonely and really isolating, and like you don't have anyone else fully on your team. And if I compare myself to other kind of creatives that are building a creative business, if I look at my friends who are architects or, you know, different kind of practices in the same space that I work in, it's very rarely that they work on their own. At the very least, they kind of like have a partner or employees that are kind of like in the trenches, or let's we say riding the tandem with them. Like, so it means that like when you stop pedaling, someone else can pedal for you. What I have had though is like so much like people cheering me on from the sidelines, my friends, my family, Jake, and I have realized how incredibly important that has been, because there have been times where I've kind of been like, I don't know if I can do this. I felt like I've been really questioning whether I have the ability to do this or not. And it's just because I'm tired, because I'm cycling uphill and against the wind. Like I can, because it's not always going to be like that, because either, you know, sometimes there are always going to be tough times. There are always going to be times where you're like cycling uphill or whatever. But what I am hoping for is the longer that I do this, the stronger I become, and the more that I have done these hills before, so I know what's coming and I know how to manage it. But at the moment, it feels like these hills I'm doing alone for the first time, and yeah, it's just been a real learning curve. What I have decided to do is put my bike down, not for long. I have decided to take 6 weeks off in the summer, which feels like a lot, but you know, you got to enjoy the perks of your job, right? The good thing is that I don't have a boss, so I might as well enjoy the good bits. I'm just taking it off clients. I need a break. And I am going to do my own personal work, which means I'll be working on YouTube. I think I am going to do a bit of a rejig of my website, maybe even look at my branding and stuff, and just take a minute. I just need to take a minute, a stop and pause and think before I keep cycling. I want to make sure I'm going in the right direction. I need to check over my bike. I need to have a drink of water. I need to chill before I go again. There is slight worry to that, if I'm honest, obviously financially, and I've turned down multiple jobs so I can have this break, but I think it's what I need to do. And I have to just believe that this recharge will be worth it. So that's just a little update from me. Let me know how you guys are doing or what you're doing for the summer. I'm really excited about doing more videos. I've got ideas, plans, I've got scripts written out. We are ready to go. So yeah, I can't wait. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and I will see you very soon.